What's up, everyone? Vin teaches math, and just tracking my journey from the 1500s to hopefully a higher score. I'm playing the King's Gambit, and my opponent accepted. So now I like the King's Gambit as opposed to the traditional Roy Lopez, because this gets the action going right away. I know at the highest level, Roy Lopez is like the preferred opening, and it just sets you up better for the end game. But I don't know, I've seen good people play this opening and do fine, so I'm going to continue with it. Oh, I see what inspires this move, because when they push this pawn, I like to push the h pawn to h4. My opponent captures, and then I could capture this here, which I guess I could still do, but then if my opponent pushes the pawn up, now I can't hide on g5. If I sacrifice this knight and my opponent captures, I could throw my opponent in check. I think I like this move. I think you'll see why. So then I throw my opponent in check, and then the knight is going to take the dark square. So there's one legal move here, and that's e7. But then once my opponent goes to e7, my knight's coming on to d5. And or maybe a better move would have been to capture this pawn first. Or is this checkmate? No, not checkmate. All right. Wait, let me do this again. All right, now this seems like a wacky sacrifice, which it is. Okay, so now I could go here, check, and then the only square to hide right now is the dark square. And then when I capture with this bishop, the only move is to block with the queen. All right, now don't blunder this way. That's my mantra here, is just don't blunder. But now I'm just going to gobble up some pieces. Ooh, my opponent disconnected. Oh, they're back. Yeah, so King's Gambit is really fun, as you can see. It gets everything open right away. I don't know. I do like it. And against people who don't really have the best defense to it, you know, if you play an opening long enough, you could really surprise people. So, all right. Well, now this is just turning into a bloodbath. Game over. All right, good match. So white again. All right, a nearly 1600 player. Oh, Caro-Kann defense. Now this is something I don't play against enough. So capture. See, that's the thing. If they don't have like an actual name for what I'm playing, then sometimes I just feel kind of foolish. Like that's something I will have to study, is how to play against the Caro-Kann defense, because I'm just not that well versed at playing against that defense. All right, well, this is a nice move because it throws on a check. Okay. Now, if I do this, that would be pretty bad, because then my opponent is going to take that pawn. So I'm going to defend this pawn first. then I'm going to bring my light square bishop out. Or not. Okay. I don't know why I thought that was a legal move. I was like, oh, I'll bring my knight here. Feel pretty stupid now. Okay. Well, I'm not going to capture, obviously, because then I can't. Not that castling is like always the most important thing, but I do like the option of castling. Because it's like you're getting multiple moves at once. Now, if I bring, then they're just going to run away. All right. So we'll get some more development going. All right, so now I'm threatening the b7 pawn. Now, I don't know if this is, that is illegal. See, I always thought that if you're castling through an attacking bishop, so they're attacking me on b1, but I can apparently castle through that. I always thought that was an illegal move, but that's not the only reason why I did that. How's this move? Now this move might be nice. Gets my queen in a better spot. I kind of want to get rid of this bishop here. I mean, this is really annoying, so. All right, that works too. Now I could bring this in. See, that double pawn structure, I mean, I could be messing something up here. You know, I'm always trying to scan to make sure I'm not leaving anything hanging. But I find that when your opponent doubles up, you can sometimes exploit that, and it'll give you a positional advantage later to, like, you know, towards the mid game, like right about now. And this is a situation where now my opponent is going to lose their light square bishop. And it's going to really just get rid of a lot of the trouble that those bishops were giving me. So I'm up a pawn here. And, like, you know, the board is just now somewhat more, way more simplified. Now, this is something I don't want my opponent to have this G file and come into my territory here. So I will want to work here to get them out. All right, this I should capture. And now nice fork on the f7 and h5 pawns. And a nice little pin here on this knight. And the knight is defending the g3 square. Okay, we'll capture here. And there's a nice little check move here. And my opponent could block with their bishop or knight. But if they block, yeah, I mean, they would really just have to block here. All right, time to get my king in the game. I also got to be mindful, too, my opponent has a little bit of a time advantage on me here. So check. Oh. All right. Now, let's see if I capture this. Am I walking into any traps? I don't think so. Yep. That's the game. All right. So Caro-Kann. Not so terrible, but it is, yeah, something I have to study a little bit better. All right. Back to King's Gambit. So 3 games in a row is white. I guess I played. All right, this Falkbeer counter gambit. I believe I did look at one of the analyses. I don't know how to say that plural. But yeah, one of the games that I looked at, I believe said that you should accept. So I mean, I could always check again, but you know, anytime I'm stumped on like, oh, what should I have done? I do like to turn to the what's it called? To the computer and see what is the best logical move. Ooh. All right, that was a bit of a mistake on my part. All right, because yeah, if I were to capture here, then rook comes over. So I am down a piece. And which squares am I leaving hanging here? All right, now I believe here I could block. All right, let's get out of the way. Oh, that would be bad. All right, so if I block with this, then this capture here, I don't know what's better. My ability to castle. So if I sacrifice this knight, then I castle. I don't know, then I'm behind 4 pieces. Or do I count my losses? All right, yeah, I think going down 4 pieces is definitely too much. I mean, I'm defended a little bit here, but now let's switch this to a endgame type approach. So no light square bishop. So I can move my king to g2, and I don't have to worry about no pins from a bishop. But if I'm on the same light square here, then I got to watch out for forks on, let's say, h4 and so on. Now the question is, should I... You know, I could work to just flush out this knight. All right, we have to defend this. Defend d5. Yeah, I mean, yeah, my position is obviously worse. But if my opponent is not careful here, there may be a way for me to kind of consolidate position. And if I could consolidate here and get all my pieces connected, I might be able to launch a nice counterattack. So that's the thing. Like that moment back there when I said, ooh, I really want a castle. You can't get hung up on the usual game. So, I had messed up early on. I got to reanalyze what was my exact mistake early in the game that ruined my chances of castling. I mean, throwing away a piece, yeah, obviously is like not something I wanted to do, but something to learn from. So all of these squares along the E file are now defended. So my next move would be to bring my rook over and gain some control of this file. And then once I gain control of this file, I could bring my bishop back. All right. So now let's get into better position. I want to bring this bishop down next. Or maybe what I'll do first is I'll move my queen. No, that would be a horrible move. All right. All right, so now d3 is going to fall. Now let's see what happens if I go here. Then my opponent just goes here. All right, I got to scan the board. I need something. If I offer a trade, I don't know, I feel like that's just kind of boring. But I am running low on options here. I am in a pretty bad spot. That would be bad, because then the knight comes out, boom, boom. This exchange out here might not be so bad. Now my opponent has to take here. Well, doesn't necessarily have to, but... All right, let's see. So capture first. All right, just maybe I could start running away. This check is probably coming up next. All right, or not. My opponent might just take check here, because I'm threatening mate. Maybe they'll miss checkmate. If they move quickly. Oh, they missed it. Oh, no, they could block with the rook. All right, I think I just lost this. Yeah, there's no way out. I was all excited, like, oh, checkmate. But nope, you could block. This bishop is defending d1, though. I mean, who knows? Maybe I could work something out of this. All right. So down 4. But we're coming down to the end game, so I don't know. If I play well, maybe I could work something. But being down 4 is a pretty rough disadvantage here. I do have 2 bishops. So I got that going for me. Just no blundering. All right, no blundering allowed. All right. But I'm okay if my opponent blunders. I probably missed a blunder. That's the thing. Another mistake I make is I just assume they just know, they really know what's going on, which, you know, sometimes you gotta like just know, like, your opponent's a human just like you, so like, they're gonna screw up, they're gonna make mistakes, and you gotta just do your best to try to capitalize on all that stuff. All right, so try not to move too slow here. All right, can't go there. I mean, should I just take this and simplify? We are running low on time, so I don't have that luxury. I have this nice little connection here. So last one. Now I eventually have to learn the E5 game. Sicilian Defense. Sure, I'll be sportsmanlike, thanks. I don't know if I'm supposed to accept that. The Smith-Morra Gambit, whatever that is. Let's see. Yeah, this is not an opening that I'm used to playing too much. But I imagine the queen might come down to h5. Or not. All right, threatening that fool's mate. All right. This knight could definitely be a bit of a problem here on d5. So, sacrifice. Now, castle, then my pawn structure here is completely wrecked. So I'm going to hold off. All right, this is a fun move. Because I'm threatening check in the next move. And check comes with that bishop. Now let's see, if I capture here, I gotta be careful because now there's a lot happening on my side of the board. So if my opponent captures, so I capture here. If my opponent captures with the queen, I could capture and put my opponent in check. Then they block with the knight, and my opponent is defending that bishop. So then, but then I also win the rook. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, that makes the most sense. All right. Could come here. I really have to castle soon. Now, I don't like that all my pieces are out in the open, but they're like sort of disconnected. Like this queen is defending two pieces right now, which is definitely annoying. And then if my opponent captures with their knight and I recapture, they move their rook over and now I'm pinned. Yeah. So I think the move here is, yeah, get out of the way. Go to safety. All right. Making sure there's no hidden mates out there. Oh, this is a nice move. Maybe. I don't know. And then I could bring my bishop out to e6. I really got to get this bishop in the game. Because then, yeah, if my opponent captures, now my knight could be effective here. All right, let's just see what happened. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so that knight takes my knight. Oh, yeah, I absolutely have to take that. All right. That is definitely the move. Oh, you know what? Now I could capture, because if I capture, my opponent recaptures. Could I have captured at that move? I go back to moves. Yeah, I could have captured here, because then if my opponent took, I would just recapture. So there's like no sort of tempo gain there. So I could do that. I don't really see why I can't do this. All right. Yes, let's go for it. Ooh, ready? One. Boom. All right. I will take it. More checks. All right. So now just play a tight game. No blunders. Blundering is no longer allowed. And I could win. No forks. Leave nothing hanging. All right. All right, let's just get everything out in the open now. Yeah, that was sloppy. All right, now to really pay attention here. Do not blunder this away. See, this bishop is really annoying. That keeps my opponent in the game. Ooh. All right. Sneaky checkmate if my opponent goes here. So I have to block that. Honestly, I might just sacrifice here. Yeah, this should win the game. Because all my opponent's pieces now really just have to commit to defending. Yeah, B2, B1. Ooh. All right, I thought I would win that race, but yeah, queens are better. Oh, that'd be bad. Oh, I won. Okay. I thought I lost on time for a second. Okay. Last game. Playing as black. Horwit's defense. Against the queen's pawn opening, I had to look this one up. They say that's the gold standard. So that's what I'm going to keep playing. Oh, I want this move next. Hope I didn't waste it. Ah, I wasted it. All right. Castle. Yeah, I really wanted to pin that knight and make it a simpler game. All right. Also, I want to get rid of my opponent's light square bishop. If that's a possibility here. And then sometimes what happens when you take the light square bishop, so what happens if I take this light square bishop, then my opponent has to recapture with the queen. And when they recapture with the queen, now I could take that knight and see you later, castle wall. I don't know if I want to give it back. All right, let's get this out of the way here. I like this move. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So 1 captures. And then I may be able to bring this rook in. There might be some sort of finishing sequence here. Maybe. Because this is now pinned. And I don't think I could be mated in time. Or at least I hope I can't. That's the thing. Sometimes I get tunnel vision, and this may be a serious disadvantage right now. But I don't know. I'm just really focused on checkmate. And sometimes that could be dangerous because your checkmate could be one move longer than their checkmate. Yeah, all right. So this is annoying. All right, so now the queen could block. But I also have this move here. Ooh, all right. So attacking the queen, and I'm also attacking the checkmate square. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you just go into like some sort of trance and you make all the moves you need to. All right, this is going to be devastating. You ready? Boom. Oh, checkmate. I thought I was just going to win the queen, but that's game over. All right, well, that's the end of all my matches for today. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to be releasing more of these videos, and yeah, I just want to see how far I could go with my rating. Yeah, decent player, but I got a long ways to go, a lot of studying to do, so I'm just going to track my progress, and hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.